At the end of all things, after a lifetime of hatred, two brothers stood in the ruins of their final battle. Sasuke Uchiha, spent and defeated, braced for the end he believed he had earned. But the killing blow never came. Instead, an embrace, a final, desperate act of love. With his last ounce of strength, Itachi offered not revenge, but the one thing he had always denied his brother: the truth. He showed him a vision of the Uchiha clan, proud and powerful, secretly plotting a coup d'etat that would have plunged the world into civil war. He revealed his own role as a double agent, caught between his loyalty to his family and his love for his village. And then, the most terrible truth of all, the ultimatum delivered by the darkness of the leaf, Danzo Shimura. He was forced to witness the night of the massacre, not as a monster's rampage, but as a noble, heartbreaking sacrifice. Itachi had to become a villain, a monster, a target, all to ensure the survival of the one person he loved more than anything. As the Genjutsu shattered, so too did Sasuke's entire world, a lifetime of hatred, all built upon a lie. With a final, gentle smile, Itachi said his last goodbye, his duty finally done, his love for his brother finally revealed. The scream that tore from Sasuke's lungs was not one of triumph, but of the deepest, most profound agony a soul can endure. In that moment of ultimate loss, a new power was born from his brother's dying gift, but its purpose was about to change. The target of his hatred was no longer Itachi. It now had a new name, a new face: Danzo. His team, Taka, found him not as a victor, but as a mourner, his rage now cold, silent, and terrifyingly focused. His mission was no longer destruction, it was justice, a purge of the darkness that had poisoned his home. When Obito appeared to offer his own twisted version of the truth, he was met not with a willing pawn, but with a new, unpredictable enemy. Sasuke refused the path of the Akatsuki, choosing instead to honor the will his brother had died for, the protection of Konoha. His return to the village was not as a conqueror, but as a specter of vengeance, his motives unknown to all. Confronting Naruto, he offered not a challenge, but a warning, a chilling accusation against the village leadership. He revealed a carefully selected part of the truth, enough to plant the seeds of doubt about the man hiding in the village's shadows. For Naruto, it was an impossible choice: to trust his long-lost friend or the village that had raised him. But the darkness was already aware. Danzo knew that the Uchiha's living secret had finally come home. An ambush by Root Anbu was all Sasuke needed. Danzo would not allow the truth to see the light of day. At the Five Kage Summit, the fate of the world was being decided, with Danzo positioning himself at the very center of power. But a ghost from the past was already moving through the halls, his purpose singular and absolute. Sasuke's arrival was not an act of war, but a public execution order. He had come to expose the rot at the heart of the leaf. The Kage, unaware of the true politics at play, saw nothing but the actions of a dangerous rogue ninja. With the world as his witness, Sasuke laid Danzo's greatest crime bare for all to hear. Danzo, a master manipulator, tried to paint Sasuke as a madman, turning the world's leaders against him. But Sasuke's focus was unbreakable. He cared for nothing else but bringing his brother's tormentor to justice. He fought against the strongest shinobi in the world, not to defeat them, but simply to move past them. Using the chaos as a cover, Danzo fled, proving his guilt with his cowardice. Sasuke disengaged, his true objective now clear to all. This was a personal vendetta. On a lonely bridge, the final confrontation began, a battle for the soul of Itachi Uchiha. Danzo revealed his stolen power, the forbidden jutsu Izanagi, turning death itself into an illusion. The battle became a brutal countdown as Sasuke forced Danzo to burn through the lives he had stolen. But in a battle of Uchiha, true sight is not in the eyes, but in the mind. Sasuke set a subtle, brilliant trap. The final blow landed true. Danzo's borrowed time had finally run out, his ultimate jutsu failing him at the very end. In a last spiteful act, Danzo tried to take Sasuke with him, a final testament to his selfish nature. Vengeance was complete. The man who orchestrated the Uchiha's pain was gone. It was over. With the darkness purged, a new, more hopeful leader, Kakashi Hatake, took the helm just as the world plunged into war. And this time, when the allied shinobi forces gathered, Sasuke Uchiha stood proudly among them. When Kabuto's cruelest weapon, a reanimated Itachi, appeared on the battlefield, he was met with a shocking sight. Instead of an enemy, Itachi found a brother who understood, a brother who had fulfilled his hidden will. Together, they moved as one, a perfect symphony of power, to hunt down the man who had defiled the dead. Itachi, with Sasuke's help, was able to cast the jutsu that would end the Edo Tensei and turn the tide of the war. He faded with a final heartfelt confession of love, his soul finally freed by the truth. Sasuke was left not in despair, but with a renewed purpose, ready to protect the world his brother had given his life for. He arrived on the main battlefield not as a villain, but as a desperately needed reinforcement. For the first time since they were children, Team 7 was whole again, united by a common cause. The combined might of Naruto and Sasuke, fighting as true partners, was more than enough to overwhelm their enemies. But the true threat was yet to come, as Madara and Obito unleashed the monstrous 10 tails upon the world. In a breathtaking display of teamwork, Sasuke's Susanoo armored Naruto's Kurama avatar, creating the ultimate weapon. Their unity inspired the entire army, turning fear into hope and creating a single, unstoppable force. The arrival of the past Hokugan brought the battle to its apex, but this time they saw Sasuke as an ally. Minato himself acknowledged that Itachi's love had finally broken the Uchiha's ancient curse of hatred. Naruto and Sasuke fought as the heroes they were always meant to be, protecting each other and saving the world. After the final battle, Sasuke saw a world united in peace and realized his dark revolution was no longer necessary. At the Valley of the End, there was no climactic battle, only a handshake between two brothers in arms. Sasuke's journey of atonement was not of shame, but of honor, protecting the world from the light, just as Itachi had from the dark. A true peace, built on truth and forgiveness, settled over the shinobi world. A memorial was erected, not for a clan of traitors, but for a single selfless hero who had shouldered the world's hatred. Years later, Sasuke would tell his daughter the true story of her uncle, ensuring his legacy would be one of love, not infamy. For it was the power of truth, not lies, that finally broke the cycle of hatred that had plagued their world for generations. And behind it all was the silent, unwavering love of a brother, which proved to be